Best game ever.
Best game ever. That's honestly that's a tough one. Because I played with 5 teams and I've had some good games pretty much with every team. Best game, I think San Francisco. Uh, I mean, a lot of people, I'm sure a lot of San Francisco fans, they're going to probably say the wild card game where I caught the, touchdown, but that wasn't a good game particularly. Yeah, for the team, yeah, but me personally, I would probably say, ooh, in San Francisco, my bet, I guess when I caught 20 passes for 283 yards. That was the day, that was Jerry Rice's last game, home game. But I had a number of good games in San Francisco. Another one that comes to mind, we played in Atlanta. I had 0 catches in the first half, and then I was pissed off. That's where the saying "get your popcorn ready" came from. So a lot of people, I'm sure, have seen the highlights on the sideline. My receiver coach at the time, Coach Stu, he was kind of frustrated too that I hadn't caught any passes in the first half, and I had gotten mad, and I'm like, what's going on? So he was like, man, we're gonna get you the second half, blah 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 blah. And then so we went in at halftime, came back out. So I was hyped, and so I was ready to play. And so Stu came over to me. I said, no, I summoned for Stu to come over. I said, hey Stu. He said, what's up, big dog? I said, all I want to know is you got your popcorn ready. He said, what? I said, do you got your popcorn ready? I said, because I'm about to put on a show. He said, all right. So end of that story, I ended up scoring 3 touchdowns, two in regulation, and then 1 in overtime to win it. And then that's obviously San Francisco. And then in Philly, that was a number of games. I don't know. Yeah, Philly, I mean, my first game, first home game, I scored 3 touchdowns in the opening game. But yeah, and then obviously I went on and played in the Super Bowl. So that was a big game for me as well. And then Dallas, I mean, I had a number of big games in Dallas. But I think I remember my best game was scoring 4 touchdowns. We played the Washington Redskins at the time, and I scored 4 touchdowns in that game. And honestly, like I said, I probably could have scored more, which is, for me, like understanding where I was with my ability and to play and just felt unstoppable. I was mad because I probably could have scored some more. But 4 touchdowns, that was like, there was a couple of games where I probably could have scored like maybe 5, 6, but, coaches, get in that mode of like, distributing the ball elsewhere. So, I took what I could get. So that was probably like one of my best games, being in Dallas is playing, because they was our division rivals. So 4 touchdowns against them, and then, like I said, a number of other games as well. And in Buffalo, I mean, I scored a 98-yarder. Ryan Fitzpatrick was a quarterback. We were playing in Jacksonville. We was on our own 2-yard line coming out, and so it was honestly a check at the line, just having an understanding of reading the coverage. He saw what I saw, because really it was a running play to obviously give us some room from the end zone. Typically, that's what teams do to get a little breathing room, but the defense knew that, and so it was kind of cover 2 at first, and then the safety came down because he was anticipating run, and Ryan looked at me out there in my formation, and I saw what he saw, and he made a check at the line, and then he threw a 98-yarder. So, the rest is history with that. And then I think in my last year in Cincinnati, we played a game Monday night. We played against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They had Troy Polamalu, so he was the force on defense, like everywhere. Like he was kind of like equivalent to like how I was on offense. You had to know where he was at all times, and so we knew he was a big disruptor on the defensive side of the ball. So that week I broke my hand in practice, but we didn't let anybody know. So they just kind of just put a brace underneath and a little pad underneath my glove, and I played in the game. I think it was a primetime game. I think it might have been a Monday night game. So I ended up scoring I ended up catching like 10 passes or something for like 100 and something yards, and I scored a touchdown. And then, yeah, because I've seen some of the highlights because I knew my hand was broken. If you see the highlights and you see me get tackled and I try to get up off the ground, I don't push up. I end up pushing up on my wrist. So yeah, just one of those things. I played with a lot of pain, a lot of injuries, but yeah, I ended up catching like 10 passes for over 100-something yards, and we won too. Division rival. That was when I was with the Bengals. So, you know, any AFC games. That was my first time really playing in the AFC too. Besides Buffalo. Buffalo was 2 AFC teams that I played for. So, but yeah, playing with the Bengals, understanding that AFC rivalry. You know, it was either us in Pittsburgh or us and the Ravens or whatever. But yeah, that was probably like the only ones that I can kind of remember by team is some of the best games. But I mean, fans got their best, but those are the only ones that I can really remember at the moment.